Hi, I'm Alan Giles, the founder of Fractional Execs. Fractional Execs is a business growth agency based in the UK, delivering specialist resource, services and solutions to small and medium-sized companies that are at various stages of their corporate growth journey. That's a great question, and one that we field a lot. There seems to be quite a lot of confusion in the market, and there are a lot of people that label themselves as fractional this or fractional that. Let me firstly clear up what a fractional is not. They are not an interim resource, which is typically hired full-time for a predetermined period to cover for an existing resource that is out of your business for some reason. That could be sickness, sabbatical, maternity. They're also not a traditional consultant or advisor that delivers advice that you are expected to execute on, adding to your to-do list. If we start with what the term means, we can come back to the types of resources that is most applicable to. Now, I like an analogy, so here's one for you. Imagine a full-time job is like a whole pizza. In fractional work, you're providing slices of your expertise, like pizza slices, to different companies, rather than giving them the whole pizza. Obviously, this means that the organisation gets a piece of a great pizza, but at a fraction of the cost as they're only getting the slice. Those people that work fractionally are usually specialists or highly skilled professionals offering their specific knowledge and skills to a range of different companies. But what they always do is execute on the tasks required, so that you can cross off the items on that to-do list I mentioned earlier and mark them as done. Those companies that hire fractional resources are typically doing so during a growth spurt or a corporate milestone, such as mergers and acquisitions, funding, scaling, etc., or to plug a gap whilst they take their time to hire their long-term, full-time solution. At Fractional Execs, we get a lot of inquiries from potential fractionals, but when we look closer, the majority of these are looking at fractional work as a stopgap or a filler while they look for full-time work. That really doesn't work for us or our clients, as the worst thing that can happen is that a fractional executive leaves a post due to securing a full-time position somewhere else. It leaves our client high and dry. This is why we only work with and deploy fractional executives that are demonstrably committed to this way of working. Well, there are some in the market that think that fractional equals senior executive, but that logic is slightly flawed. Whilst it's true that as a company, we concentrate on the high-impact resources in the C-suite, there are plenty of companies that are hiring HR managers, coders, project leads on the same fractional basis. The fractional HR resource is interesting, for instance, particularly in small companies. It makes sense if you only have 20 employees. Do you need a full-time HR director or HR manager? I question that. Back to what I mentioned previously, people that work fractionally are usually specialists or highly skilled professionals that are offering their specific knowledge to different companies. That doesn't mean that they all have to be C-level resources. From within the C-suite, the most common profiles that we see deployed are, in no particular order, Chief Financial Officer, Chief Marketing Officer, Chief Revenue Officer, Chief Commercial Officer, Chief Information Officer, Chief Technical Officer, and of course, the Chief Executive Officer. This latter resource is most commonly found when deployed with smaller founder-led technology companies that have attracted funding, the investors wanting to make sure that they see a commercial resource guiding the founders. We're seeing an increase in Chief of Staff type requests also, normally with a Chief Operating Officer background requested. We're also seeing more and more interest in the Chief Information Security Officer role, likely as more CEOs understand the ramifications of not having expert advice on all things cyber related. As well as the resource discussion that I've just gone over, we also have an ecosystem of services and solutions partners that deliver said services and solutions to our clients. Remembering that we primarily deal with small and medium-sized companies, we see a lot of opportunity to assist with marketing, sales, enablement, coaching, intellectual property, legal, accountancy, treasury, resourcing, and many other solutions. Many of these needs are not serviced internally within companies of this size, so we offer our partners the opportunity to position their services through Fractional Execs. Another benefit of working with a very senior, well-networked group of individuals is that they can spot an opportunity for other needs very easily. Whether you are an individual or a company wanting to partner with us at Fractional Execs, the process is the same. Please feel free to reach out to me personally or email us at the email address that you now see on the screen. One of my team will get back to you as soon as possible so that we can meet you and discuss this further.